you know.
Short thing.
Yeah.
Just make sure this other one doesn't show.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you just put it on over your thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me pull it down.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can't see it really unless you're just like looking at it.
Right. Okay.
All right.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. All right. There we go. All right. Okay. Good call moving that up, by the way.
Funny. You're so funny.
What? All right. Hey guys, I am here with Deb Doughty, sales and personal empowerment coach and creator of the program on how to empower yourself and energize your business. Deb, thanks for stopping by here.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Awesome, awesome. I am fired up because we are going to talk about this concept of becoming a woman of excellence.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and one of the things that I know a lot of people that are listening to it right now, you know, they're entrepreneurs, maybe they're corporate professionals, obviously women from, you know, I've worked with a lot of women, I know you do as well.
Absolutely.
The conversation is around overwhelm. The conversation is around how can I, you know, do certain things. The conversation is around how can I do more, right? And put more on my plate. Just put more.
Right.
And you're going to have a conversation. We're going to kind of talk a little bit about this concept of becoming a woman of excellence. But before we get into that, tell us a little bit, just a real quick, you know, I know some people know you before. Tell us a little bit about your story. You know, how is it that you've gotten to, you know, coach, consultant?
Do what I do.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Awesome. Okay. Well, first of all, honestly, growing up, I had to grow up very independently. My mother was a single mom for a very long time. And, you know, I had to learn to adapt. So I was pretty much a latchkey kid. And I had to overcome certain obstacles. You know, I had an absent father for most of my life until my stepfather came into my life. So, you know, again, I had to deal with different emotional things and grow up a little faster than some others had to. Went off, got married, did the corporate thing, grew very successfully in my corporate career. I was with the Walmart Corporation for over 10 years. And while I was doing that, I was growing my family as well.
Right, of course.
And you know, when you're young, you think you're indispensable, and I mean, you know, you could just do everything, and sometimes that catches up with you even at a very young age. But when I was going through different things, I had some actual health issues. I was going through some challenges in my marriage, to be honest. And when I decided to actually leave my corporate profession to run a full-time business of my own and make some changes, because I was, again, stressed out, overwhelmed. I was working 70 hours a week,
So that just seems like a
weekends, you name it. I was all over the place, being a regional and traveling. And, you know, as a woman who really wanted it all, I knew something was really missing. And honestly, it was having my priorities straight. It's not that we can't have it all as women. We can. But there's certain things to do to get in place with that, to be in alignment with, you know, what your true values and your vision is for your life and for your family. And, you know, what happened, part of that transformation, actually, was I went through a pretty devastating divorce. You know, unfortunately, we were not in alignment with several different things, and it ended very tragically. We had a lot of emotional and mental abuse and different things going on, and have 2 girls. So obviously, I feel more is actually taught by what's caught, by what kids see, by what others see, than what is taught. So part of being a woman of excellence is that you are able to go through different things and not have it all over your face, that you're not spewing it all over everybody else, and, you know, sharing your story with people that can't even help you really, and that the whole thing is misery loves company. No, you don't do that, because when you are a woman of excellence, what happens is you live to a certain standard. You live to really a higher standard. You become a person who adapts, goes through, over, under the obstacles that come in your way. And you also learn how to, again, maneuver through them, right? You learn how to become victorious without becoming a victim, and that you become a powerful person in the process without losing yourself. Because what I find over the years with so many different women, whether corporate executives, you know, to a mom at home, to entrepreneur, to brick and mortar business, you know, really a lot of them are hiding behind what I call the magic 8 ball, right? And, you know, it's our inner talk. What do we say? And those types of things. So a woman of excellence, sometimes they may have self-doubt and they may have negative self-talk and those types of things. And they don't feel worthy. And, you know, when they shake that ball, it tells them different things, right? But a woman of excellence will talk up. They'll get the help. They'll find the mentors in their lives, and they'll make the changes that need to make before something critical happens.
Isn't that interesting? And I think a lot of times what happens is people get, you know, off the rails, right? And then they're calling the figurative 911 and trying to figure out how they can move forward. You know, one of the things I've got written down here is the idea of, you got a little bit into the woman of excellence, and I want to kind of tease that out a little bit more. You know, you said a woman of excellence is somebody that, when we were, I know we've talked a little bit about this in passing before, in your mind it's also about integrity.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's about integrity, and it's a little bit about people, you know, walking the walk. And I think you've also mentioned doing what they said they were going to do. So talk to us a little bit about that.
So it's also walking the walk, not just talking the talk. We hear that a lot. But truly, are you doing that? You know, a woman of excellence, their integrity is never, it's not going to be questioned. You're not going to say, do I really want to work with that person or not? Because behind closed doors, they're the total opposite person than what you see up front. So a woman of excellence goes, again, above and beyond. They are, they hold themselves to different standards. They have high integrity. Their character is built actually around what they allow to stop them.
Interesting.
Isn't it?
Interesting. Okay. So then a woman of excellence, integrity, all of that good stuff. So I know some people are thinking to themselves, I'm a businesswoman, I'm a corporate professional. This sounds great, Deb, but why is that important? I mean, like, you know, if you're an entrepreneur, just as an example, if you're an entrepreneur listening to this, I've got 1,000 things to do. Why is being a woman of excellence important? What difference does it make?
Well, part of it also is looking the part, being the part. Because if I am that manager, I'm that executive, I'm that entrepreneur, I'm building my organization, excuse me, whatever the case may be. People need to know that you are on purpose and that they can follow you. They need to know that you're a leader. Okay? Because nobody's going to, you know, you probably heard me say this plenty of times, but nobody wants to follow a parked car, do they? It's, you don't want to go to a dentist that has no teeth. I always try to, you know, make a joke about that. The same thing. If you are not who you say you are, if you don't look the part, be the part, why is somebody else going to want to be on your ship? They're not going to be. You know, the other thing is holding yourself to a different standard. I think sometimes we become so lackadaisical in our dress, in our speech, in our mannerisms, and I think honestly it's a shame. So I believe that a woman of excellence, they're not out there using, you know, slang words and profanity. You know, maybe they're doing a little slang with the friends when they're, you know, having some, you know, friend time. But I'm talking about, for the most part, you know, they use words that are edifying, that feed people, that feed their soul. They are life givers, not energy suckers, not energy drainers. You know, a woman of excellence also, you know, goes above and beyond. And I know this sounds silly. You know what? Look around people in the parking lot. Next time you go to Target, wherever you go, the grocery store, Harris Teeter, wherever you shop, and so many people, even with the shopping carts, I know it sounds crazy, but they'll just leave them,
I've seen that.
Well, a woman in excellence is not going to do that, because would you want your car to be hit?
No.
No. So it's doing the small things that we need to do, that we know is the right thing to do, but making sure you do them. And again, you're holding yourself to a higher standard.
Right.
So people around you,
right.
okay, are then attracted to you.
And isn't that the key, right? Because being a woman of excellence, when you're talking about why that's important, it's the business equivalent to what you just said. Putting the shopping cart away at Kroger is the business equivalent of returning phone calls.
Right.
By the way, when did that stop becoming socially acceptable? When did it become socially acceptable to stop returning phone calls? If somebody knows the answer to that, let me know.
Yeah, let us know.
Because I don't know, right? A woman of excellence is somebody, again, business equivalent of that is somebody who does what they say they're going to do. We talked about that. You know, a woman of excellence is the equivalent of that is, to your point, it's being that individual, right, that at the end of the day others want to be around.
Right.
And that's the key for you folks who are listening as business people, entrepreneurs. The woman of excellence is an embodiment of who you should be.
Absolutely.
And from that embodiment, that becomes an attractant to who you want to get.
Right, absolutely, because people then want to almost view you as a future state of where they can be.
That's exactly right. They say, hey, you know what, I don't know who this person is, I don't know what they're doing, but I know that I've seen them around, I know that I feel that they are a good person, I know they seem to, and here's something that gets lost in the shuffle, they seem to walk the talk from what I can see.
Right.
Okay, they seem to walk the talk, and you know, at the end of the day, yeah, you know, if they're a coach, yeah, maybe I need to talk with them. If they're a consultant, yeah, I need to talk to them. If they're in real estate, yeah, I might need to talk to them. If they're a mortgage person, yeah, I might need to. If they're in right? These are the types of things that they're doing. So the real importance of a woman of excellence is those types of things. You know, I heard a really good quote one time. It was from a sports person, Ray Lewis. And he says, do not judge me, you will not judge me by what it is that I do, but rather by what it is others say about me. Okay? And isn't that, you know, and I think that, back to a woman of excellence, why is that important? Because sometimes people think this is some, you know, very, I don't know what.
Like a rah-rah, you can do it, and it's not.
And that's not it. I mean, you can have a real conversation about becoming a woman of excellence and having that, you know, next level turning into bottom line business because of this attraction factor that we just mentioned.
Absolutely. You know, and the thing is, too, I'd like to just add real quick, is that there's too many people trying to fit in.
Right.
We weren't made to fit in.
Right.
We were made to stand out.
Right.
So being a woman of excellence, you will stand out.
Right.
Because when you walk the walk, you talk the talk,
right.
you dress, you have some pep in your step.
Right.
You know, people want, and your energy,
right.
people want to be around you.
That's exactly right. And what happens is that transforms you for those of them who might be thinking, hey, you know what, I haven't done this, what can I expect? What that transforms you, I would think, is into someone who is more confident, someone who is probably feels better about themselves in general, just in general, and also someone that I would think looks the part a little bit more, and more importantly, they are the part, right? Look the part, be the part
because
more.
In business, you know, it really is, you have to be who you're looking for is looking for.
Right.
So you're looking to have more clients.
Right.
You have to be that, if you want that sharp client,
right.
and you want to generate more sales,
right.
and you want to have, you know, more appointments, whatever the case may be, right? You've got to be that person first.
Right.
So they can
see that,
be attracted to you, right? They see that, and then it naturally grows, organically it grows, because you're building relationships too when you're out there, and they don't question who you are.
Right, the authenticity.
They know who you are.
Right. That's a great point. That's a great point. Well, this was awesome.
Thank
this was
you.
really, really good. We got some really good stuff.
Thank you.
I know you've done some things. If people want to take a little deeper dive, they can go to your blog, right?
Absolutely.
You've got DebDoughtyblog.com. Okay, so that's www.debdoughtyblog.com.
Right.
You also have your website, which is just debdoughty.com. All right, www.debdoughty.com if they want to take a deeper dive and things like that. But thanks for stopping by.
You're
I'm
welcome.
really looking forward to it. This is some great stuff, empowering yourself, energizing your business. And for Deb Doughty, sales and personal empowerment coach, we are saying so long.
Bye-bye. Make it a great day.
Okay.